It is roughly 7:30, January the 7th, I believe. 7:30 in the evening. I figured I'd do a change up and shoot a video in the evening instead of the morning. I don't know if you guys can really make it out, but I'm lighting up that hill. That is an old compost pile from on the neighbor's property, and there's a large fox den in that hill. So I guess tomorrow I'm going to have to go talk to neighbors, see if they will allow me to deal with it, or if we're going to just leave Frank off the leash and let him deal with it. Still no new babies. Still what? Just 5. Hello, Frank. Good boy. Fuck. I find it very interesting that these 2 little Dorpers, 2 small ones right here, who at birth weighed barely 5 pounds, move around so much more than the 8 and 9 pound twins that 8 had, and the 10 pounder that 5 had, wherever she's at. Oh, looks like she's hiding in that. Oh no, that's Timber in the front shelter over there. But these Dorpers, for being as small as they are, they just seem so full of energy despite the cold. Their mother routinely just walks away and leaves them, comes over to get feed, and then we'll walk back to whatever shelter they're in and feed them. So it's just interesting to see the parenting difference between the Dorpers. Yes, Frank, I see you. It's interesting to see the parenting difference between the pure Dorpers and the Katahdins, because the Katahdins are much more involved parents. Like even now, 3 days later, 8 still doesn't get more than a few feet away from her twins. 5 doesn't get more than a few feet away from her baby. And it might be a fluke, and it might just be that single Dorper who does that. Oh, there's 5 and her baby right there. But you also want to see the protective instinct of these Katahdins. 5 routinely charges any of the dogs that get in here, except Timber, because she's known Timber for 2 years. But let's zoom out and see if she. Yep, here she comes. Right. She's trying to charge Frank, even though Frank's behind me. And if a dog gets within 15 feet of her baby, she's going after it. Love 5. She's a great mom. Just need to wait for her to accept Frank as part of the group and stop trying to hit him. And we'll have a lot more peace out here. There's that little Dorper I'm talking about. Just off running and playing by herself. Oh, that's the male actually. The male has less black on his neck. The female has more black. So this Dorper's just out running and playing. Barely 2 days old, but it's wanting to run around and play. Mom's over in that pile somewhere. 5. Luckily, 5 has also been here long enough that she knows I'm the shepherd and I'm going to protect her. And so I'm between her and Frank right now, and so she trusts me enough to protect her from Frank. And she knows she doesn't really have to go after him. But other than that, it's been a pretty quiet night. Everybody's settling in. And just look at the difference there in size. The Katahdins, literally twice the size of that little Dorper, but Dorper's up and running around. One of these days I'll get the time to just come out here and shoot a video of them playing once there gets to be a big gaggle of them, because once there gets to be a large amount, they are all over this pen just running at top speed with the zoomies. Right, Timber? Timber's my good girl. She apparently trusts Frank enough that she went on her first adventure in over a year yesterday. Just went for a walk and covered the 40-acre property area and came back when Frank started barking. Down, Frank. What do you think, Timber? Should we leave Frank off the tie out tonight? That way you guys can go and get some trouble together? I guess that's the experiment for tonight, is that we're going to leave Frank off the tie out and see if he's still here when I come out in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.